Can you hand me that remote down there?
Right, I'm surprised they know pricing already. I'm surprised they know pricing already. 26.
Yeah, I know. Kind of early.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't usually know stuff like
Next one, how long the wait time is.
Who knows, it might be shorter, which is why they got pricing.
I like it that way.
You like that way?
Just saying.
Hello again. I know it seems like I'll see you in about 3 more hours too. We might as well just sleep here. I don't feel like we ever go
I
home.
had to laugh so hard the other day. When I saw you out at the intersection, we waved at each other as you turned off the third on Liberty. Right as you turned and went east on Liberty, there was a truck waiting clean through that stop sign right behind you. And I'm like, okay, he never stopped.
No, I didn't. Not usually. Whatever, fair.
He went, he never slowed down close to that stop sign. He'd been right behind you.
County market and stuff.
Yeah, coming up that direction.
Oh, yeah.
I was sure you were watching your turn at that point, weren't looking in the mirror. So you just have done different.
You got some. Yes.
We're live. Don't say anything.
Like call the meeting to order. Linda, you have roll call
Mayor Crane,
here.
Councilmember Copenhaver,
Here.
Martin,
Here.
Easter,
Here.
Smith,
Here.
and Randall's.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Minutes stand approved. Dale? You're up.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Just wanted to give you an update on a couple of things in regards to the Covington Circle Trail and the projects that are going on there, where we've been, where we're at, where we're going on those. Some of it's general, some of it's specific. Feel free to ask me any questions tonight or contact me at the Community Foundation. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Our trail project that you've seen going on. It's 9/10 of a mile. They've done the first 3.5 inches of asphalt coating. It's kind of the base. This week sometime they're to come back and do the final top coat, which will be an additional 1.5 inches. So you're going to have 5 inches of asphalt on the trail. Getting a lot of good comments. People are favorable. Where the number one comment is, what happens if it floods? We would recommend you don't go on it when it floods. So that's probably the best answer. You know, I don't know anything else to say. Is just don't go on it when it floods.
Yeah.
And after it's done flooding, then you can go on it. So I'm open to other questions in that regard. But just so that you know, the river does flood. Typically 3 to 5, 4 to 6 times a year. When it floods, flood stage is 16 feet. Okay, today it's 9 feet. That's how deep the river is at the Wabash River Bridge, the Highway 136 bridge. So that's when it floods. When it gets to about 11 feet, that's when it's rising up and a couple of feet from the top of the floodplain. That's when you need to be careful about being down there, especially if more rain is upstream. It's going to be coming downstream. And the river is out about 5 to 7 days when it does flood. So it rains, it floods, it goes back into, those of us who've lived here for 60 or 65 years, it gets out and it goes back. It doesn't stay out. It's not something that happens permanently. It doesn't happen all the time. So that's kind of just a little bit what's going to happen when it floods down there. Of the 9/10 of the trail, only 4/10 is in the floodplain. So the whole trail is not in the floodplain, only 4/10. When this section's totally completed, that'll be 6.2 miles. So it will be a 10K has been finished in the course of the last 25 years. So that's kind of an update on that. There's some details that we need to work out, and the city guys would be a part of it. We just asked that early on, we've already seen golf carts on the trail, and just asked Shannon and Scott and their team just to kind of keep an eye, on things down there. We want to discourage motorized vehicles. The reason being, it was the grants that we have received. It's for bicycles, walkers, and pedestrians. That's how you write the grant. They don't give them if it's for cars, or golf carts, motorized vehicles, and things of that nature. So it's a condition of the grant that there's no motorized vehicles on it. Now, any vehicle that is similar to a bike, like Shannon was telling us a couple of months ago, electric bikes and things like that, that would be okay. Because it's kind of under the same rules, same guidelines. But I'm not going to tell them what the guidelines are, but we just asked for the city's support on that. We're exploring some things, some fencing to keep people off the trail. We're exploring, I don't know, for lack of a better word, they're called bollards, little things that stick up that in front of the gun shop. There's the yellow metal, I don't know how you would describe them.
There's a steel bollard.
Yeah, that kind of keeps people off. There's a host of issues that can come along with that. Does the right people have the key at the right time to take those down for emergency vehicles and things of that nature? So we're probably not going to jump on that real quick. We'd like to see how things go for a while, and then we'd look for Shannon and his team and Brad to give feedback to me and the foundation. Hey, we got to do something in this particular area to solve XYZ problem. We are going to work with DNR to re-gravel the parking lot down there. It's a 2-acre parking lot.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to wash your car every time you go down there. So it's a 2-acre parking lot that Department of Natural Resources leases from Fountain County government. So the Department of Natural Resources is responsible for that parking lot. So we hope to have that done in the next month or two down there. What else can I tell you about that? Any questions on that stretch of the trail?
Signage about motorized vehicles not being allowed. Is that you? Is that us? Is that?
No,
Good question. I don't know.
yeah, that's probably part of the trail.
Yeah, I mean, we would pay for them. I'd look for the city to know what color they need to be, the size that they need to be, because they do this all the time. Sign or something, if that's KW, if that's the police department, or who it needs to be. But that would be fine with us.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, we can get, signs, metal signs,
Yeah.
and put posts in.
Yeah.
Whatever is approved, whatever DNR approves,
In the
probably.
DNR area, we need approval for anything that we do in that area. But if you're gonna put some up here on Second Street by the Second and 136 before you go down, we could do that. If you're gonna do it on the other part of the trail, the south part of the trail, you can put signage there. In the parking lot, the signs do need DNR approval down there in the floodplain.
It's just the flooded areas that are in our territory.
Pardon me?
Just the flood areas are in our territory.
Yes, there's a specific boundary where the floodplain is. Yes, yeah, and that's their jurisdiction.
Has there been money appropriated for upkeep or updating that trail or maintaining?
Yes, yes. We have 60 to 75,000 a year that can be used for the maintenance of the trail. And then any fundraising that we do, and that's renewable money. It's what we call endowment funds, a little over $1 million in an endowment fund for the upkeep of the trail that we have available every year.
Is that in the existing trail as
For the
well?
entire trail.
I think I saw from photographs, you've got like riprap on both sides and flood areas to keep the trail, the asphalt from washing out, is that right?
In certain areas, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's gonna be, you build your house and you think, well, I think I covered every eventuality, and put the doorknob on the wrong side of the door, should have been on the other, so I think we're gonna run into some of that as well. We're gonna learn, as we go. Before they even paved it, probably about 2 weeks ago, we had a good rain and it washed out one of the hillsides. And the plan wasn't to put riprap there, but we were able to see, okay, that's where some riprap needs to go. So I think that's gonna be an ongoing issue.
I got a question, Dick.
Yeah.
It's been brought to us. The guys that we bought the land off of, Brad, next to the sewer plant, three retired policemen, and
Yeah.
firemen.
Yeah.
They've already contacted us and they already have trespassing problems and they're really worried, but evidently we're supposed to have made a deal.
They
with them.
they want a fence put up.
Haven't
You know about that though.
Yeah, our engineers contract with the firm out of Rockville. So the point is, the trail's not done, even when all the asphalt gets laid, it's not done, it's still ongoing.
Yeah.
Ongoing work, so.
Yeah. I knew you were aware of it
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
So, and I know at my meeting in Lafayette Friday that you have, started to invoice them. Do you have one pending now or?
Yeah, we actually got an invoice for $217,000.
Okay.
A day.
I would say get it in
Yeah.
just as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And try and,
We correspond with Julie.
yeah, I knew you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it in and that'll make her happy and that'll make everybody else happy. And
Yeah.
but you're okay, so on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll have 85% of all the invoices paid, if not by the end of this week, into next week. It'll be
That's-
about $500,000 that we've paid already.
that's great.
The next project is the abandoned railroad bridge. So this is where we are at on it. Some of this is flexible, but not significantly. We're going to advertise for bids to do the 810-foot bridge on August 27th. And Brad, you might want to be at this. There's going to be a pre-bid conference on September 15th at 10 a.m. at our office, where there's just going to be a discussion about the project. And then my staff, any of you, is welcome to go down to the bridge with those who have an interest in putting a bid in on the project, that put boots on the ground, so to speak. So it's going to be at 10 a.m. on September 15th. The bids are due on September 24th at 4 o'clock. And then sometime, we don't have the date confirmed yet, sometime in late September, early October, the foundation board will determine whether to accept or decline the bids. We only have so much money, so that's kind of where we're at. Then in 2026, from the bid date of September 24th, they have approximately 9 months to complete the project, which would be May 14th. The goal is to have it done by May 2nd, because that is the celebration for the 200th anniversary of Fountain County. There's going to be a lot of activities taking place. We'd like to have it open on that day. So the bridge is supposed to be substantially completed by then. And then they have an additional month for the final completion. So it'll be like June 21st. So from today, it's about 10 months away from when we think it can be finalized. They can work in the winter if necessary. Some details, it's going to be concrete decking across. They're going to pump in the concrete. That seems to be the cheapest way from everything that's been researched by our engineer. Our engineer is the same engineer who did Cades Mill Covered Bridge south of Petersburg. So they're going to pour the concrete. There's going to be railing that is going to be 54 inches high. They call that bike safety railing. So for me, it's in the upper part of my chest. So about 4.5 feet high is what that's going to be. So if you're riding a bike, it would be hard to fall over riding your bike, you tip or something like that. So even if you're walking, it's almost impossible. You'll be able to jump over just like 136 now. I mean, there's no railing on 136. What's that, Scott?
Somebody will figure out how this way.
Yeah, that's fun.
Have your camera ready when they do.
And then on each side, when you're walking across going west, there's going to be 2 bump outs on the right side that's going to go out 3 feet, 12 feet, and then back 3 feet. So you can kind of look over and get out of the way if people are behind you. There's going to be 2 bump outs on the opposite side as well. So a total of 4 bump outs on the trail. What else can I tell you?
It's at the end of it. Turn around and then.
It's just going to turn around right now. So the person who owned or had the right to transfer to the city the bridge, he also owns the additional part of the former railroad corridor all the way to 136 and a little further. And so we've given Warren County Community Foundation, Warren County commissioners the opportunity to get that donated from him if they want it. And if they don't want it or don't do it soon, then I'll talk to Brad and Taylor again to see if Fountain County, if Covington wants it to take it, even further. Yeah, but it's available. And he's 87, something like that, so.
Is that Stump Ward, Graham?
Pardon me?
Stump Ward.
No. The owner is, Stumpy thought he owned it, Stumpy doesn't know.
Stony McGahee
Stoney McGahee, who was an attorney from Crawfordsville,
lives in Vegas.
when the railroad line went defunct or they closed it, the adjacent landowners had the right or default to them.
Yeah.
But there was a group from Montgomery County that wanted to have a trail system all the way from Montgomery County all the way to the Wabash River. So it was called, I think, Montgomery County Recreation Inc. or something like that. And so Stoney was the attorney for them. That organization is no longer in existence. So somehow he has the authority to do what he wants to do with that land. So that's how the bridge was given. And that's the way this land would be received as well. Yeah. Anything else on the bridge? Then you have in your packet, so the Community Foundation, Warren County Foundation, us, and the Vermilion County Community Foundation went together and wrote a grant at the request of the Lilly Endowment out of Indianapolis to put together a project. And we created what we call the Wabash River Blueway Project. And so when you think of trails on land, the Blueway is in the water. So it's the Blueway Project. So our goal was to make the river more accessible to more citizens. Not when it's flooding, when it's up to 16 feet or 25 feet and things like that, but when it's like today, or way it is most of the years like today, 9, 10, 12 feet at the most. So the goal is to create more public access sites. So we're working with DNR on a couple of new access sites on the river in those 3 counties. And not everybody has the strength or is a professional to kayak the river if they wanted to. So we're also building access sites on tributaries that flow into the Wabash, like Little Vermilion in Eugene. We're putting 2 new public access sites in the Eugene area and over by Forest Glen that has thousands of visitors every year that we want to bring over to Indiana. And so there's a lot of things that we're trying to do along the river. But how do you get in the river if you don't know if you want to buy a camper, so you just start tent camping, maybe. It's the same thing with water. I don't want to buy a boat. I don't want to buy a pontoon. I don't want to buy a big jet ski. Well, all across Indiana and the country, there's organizations like what I've just given you. This one's that we've contracted with already. There's an organization or a business called Rent.Fund. And so what they do, get one of these. We've spent $160,000 of our $3 million grant for about 8 of these types of kiosks. This is a 8-unit kiosk. There's a 12-unit kiosk, and there's 4-unit kiosks. The way the kiosk works is you download the Rent.Fund app on your phone. You're standing at the kiosk. You enter the code that you receive when you are ready to rent one. Once you put in your credit card information, the kiosk unlocks. You pull out the kayak, life preserver, and the paddles. That all comes for your rental. I think we're going to be charging $25 for the first 2 hours. Someone wants to go out on the kiosk or use out on the kayak. And the goal is to have these strategically placed along the river so that you can get out to various places. So right now we don't know, it's an experiment, right? This is all from scratch. And so for this $160,000, it comes with a staff member from Rent.Fund who can pick up and relocate kiosks if we need to. Maybe Covington only needs a 4-unit kiosk and not a 12-unit, so you could move it around. And this staff person will know if the kiosk is vacant or not, or how many kayaks are in or not in the kiosk. So that's how he knows how to place himself or to place the kiosk. So there's some details to work out. These are typically used on lakes where you start at point A, you get on the lake, and you come back to the same point. So this is a little different when we have point on a river, point A to B, C to D. So we have no idea how it's going to go. What else can I tell you?
All of our kayaks lived up in Eugene.
There you go. So we're looking for locations where to place these. And the company does not allow us to place them in places where they may take on 3 feet or more of water. So we couldn't put them right down in Five Crossings Park because it's going to flood down there in Covington. And it'll be the same thing if you're familiar with Wabash Park up in Attica. There's a pavilion up a little higher on some higher ground, and that's where they're going to put the one in Attica because it doesn't get under 3 feet of water. So we're looking for a place in Covington so that people can either get in or get out of the kayaks. And so what I have in your handout is, Washington Street is a city street, not clear on when it discontinues being a city street. But right going further west from Dan Noble's property and Garth Crewy's property, there's enough easement right where the blacktop turns to the gravel, if you go down that street. Ideally, we would love to put a kiosk right there. Kayaks only weigh 35 pounds. So most adults could carry their kayak, 50 yards or so down to the river, or get out and carry it there. There's a master lease agreement with Rent.Fund that our attorneys have already approved. And then we have, I don't know what the right term is, subcontracts with each entity that's going to host a kiosk. So that's a draft, it's a very loose draft, it's a rent of the agreement. Taylor's not seen this, I don't think he saw that yet. He's aware of what's going on, but it's in the city. So we would love to have the city give us approval to put a kiosk on the south side of Washington Street, on the property that is mowed by Garth Crewy, but it's the easement, it's a city of Covington easement. So it's right up on a tree line, that's kind of where it's at.
And that's about the city limits at the
Yeah, that's-
west side of Crewy's and Noble's property.
Yes, it's right on the edge.
Yeah.
So
And that was our goal, to get it as much off their potential property
Sure.
as possible. So,
let's assume for a minute that somebody has already got into the river, this upstream is coming down. How would they know where this is so they can get out at that point?
it's on the app, it has all.
It's on the app.
It's all the locations, yeah.
So if they're out in the river, they've got the ability on the app to see where they need to be getting out.
Yeah, and they had to have the app to get on the river.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, they may not know if there's a kiosk available. We don't know yet how that works. But the staff person that we have access to knows whether or not there's going to be a kiosk available for that kayak when they get there.
So I'm guessing it's kind of like the scooters or the birds, whatever you see in the city, and the kayaks are probably tracked. Also, have some kind of a tracking device on them.
I don't know if they have sensors or not. But some of the plan too, which you don't know, and I'm not going to get totally in the weeds, but we're eventually going to be working with county market. On college campuses, you see bike kiosks where you can rent bicycles. So through this, you can get off kayaking, walk to county market, rent from a company called Tandem Mobility, who's we're working with, to take you back to your car if you want to. And so you don't have to purchase your own kayak. You don't have to have your own oars or safety vests and things like that. You get a bike and go right back where you were. So the whole point is get people on the river and then get people off the river in your community. It's kind of the plan. So, probably more than what you wanted to hear. It's more than I wanted to know, at one point in time. So, if somebody, takes a kayak home, it's on the credit card, so it's fine.
So Covington, you're gonna have to go down to the next kiosk.
Yeah,
Right.
DNR, or Natural Resources, their
Cut
goal
around it.
is to have a boat ramp
Yeah,
every 11 miles. Our grant proposal was every 5 miles. Eventually, this is a 5-year grant. So the goal is to have, like we just put you can go online to the town of Montezuma. We just gave them $15,000 to help them raise $50,000 for a fishing kayak dock that raises and lowers when the river goes up and when the river goes down. We're going to be doing the same thing in Clinton. Don't know if we're going to do it here in Attica or not, but just a lot of those kinds of things, that are taking place. So. Who's been on the river? Brad, Kathy.
I just walked near it.
There you go. Any other questions? I don't need a decision on the rent.fund, but I'd like any thoughts that you have about it.
It's exciting. right?
Trail looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get completed.
I've
Well,
had
if this
people,
all goes through, just get your checkbook ready, because we're gonna need some stuff, but boats.
Fishing poles,
Rescue
ATVs.
equipment.
Some storage units.
I've already got one in for my Kubota, so.
Sonar.
Yeah, actually, I forget who I talked to. I don't know if I-
The concern I have is you get people out on the river, they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
We're gonna be called to go out on that river and get them out.
Yeah, and so we have $35,000 as part of our grant for safety courses. We also have a whole curriculum that we're working with fourth grade teachers on, all throughout the Wabash River Conference in terms of the river, safety, wildlife, bugs, all those kinds of things. Also, if you ever go on the beach, let's say the Gulf of America, they put up flags when the weather conditions are of such where you shouldn't be out. We envision that happening at some point in time on these public access sites. When it's close to flood stage, you don't go out. I have an app, so for the last 10 years, every week, a couple times a week, I know what's happening on the river. I know what's going to be happening on the river. And so anybody can access that app to know if it's dangerous or not. And everybody's not going to do that, so I know that we need to help them. So signage will be a part of that. Training for kids, teachers, other adults. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with $3 million. Safety is a part of it,
Yeah.
big part of it. Because a lot of people, if you go to Terre Haute, the water's important, the river's important. If you go to Lafayette, a lot happens on there. If you go to Indianapolis, a lot happens on the White River. But there are some communities where there's such a stigma that, nothing happens on the rivers. And so trying to strike the balance between staying rural, but at the same time, when we all live within a mile of the river, but most of us haven't been on or spent much time on the river, Guided tours is a part of the grant as well. We're working with some groups to have some tours up and down the river. So.
I mean, that is the name of our slogan of our town. We're on the banks of the Wabash, right?
Yeah.
So why not make the most out of it? I think it's a great idea. And I think it would be, it's out of the box, thinking outside of the box. And, and I just made this comment this week about how we used to educate kids about hunter safety and snowmobile safety. Of course, we don't have snowmobiles anymore, right? But river safety, that's a great idea, great opportunity, especially in this area, and not just the Wabash River, but we've had several drownings in Sugar Creek, things like that. And so I think it would be an asset to our community to at least have the education.
Well, part of the trail
Especially.
now, it's 15 feet from the Wabash, and I've already seen kids down there riding their bikes, and so never before have they been able to be that close to the river. I think when they're on their bikes, they're going to be tempted to get off their bikes, and go explore, take their pack of cigarettes, that they got somewhere, and go with them.
Candy
And
cigarettes.
who knows what else
still do
they'll
that?
Cigarettes anymore.
Cigarettes.
But it's going to be tempting. It's going to be tempting.
You gotta get up with the times, but.
It was the 9th Street Bridge.
Yeah.
Too funny.
So anyhow, that's what's going on.
Thanks, Dale.
Appreciate all your-
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah. That's good information.
Yeah, well, I've had a couple of people ask, so I'm gonna ask, because a lot of people have both and on the existing trail and now with the new section, talking about motorized vehicles on there. Of course, the biggest issue we're gonna have is when anybody complains to Shannon is, we don't see them, we don't know the difference. Has anybody thought about putting cameras out so we can actually monitor it, and check for that kind of thing?
Yeah. Do you do that anywhere else in the city?
No,
No.
no.
Yeah. We haven't thought about it. We've never had counters, which that's not what your question is, but every mile we're gonna have a counter. We've got a grant, so we recently bought 6 counters. So we'll be able to count the number of bodies that are going through the trail, which I think will help, knowing where you need to monitor and where you don't. Years down the road, you might say that the farthest part of the trail, let's not even maintain it anymore. It's, only 10 people a year, pass through there. So we just don't have a lot of that kind of data. But nobody's suggested cameras. And I don't know how often it gets patrolled. I've never had one conversation with staff.
Typically, we try to control it, but we're having issues with our ranger that we have now, so we're not getting out there as often as we should have, or should. But I can already tell you, here in the last few days, we've already had ATVs, side-by-sides, 4-wheelers, golf carts on the new section, even had a car on it at one point. So, I mean,
And what happened?
well, we wrote them off, we give them a stern warning, we're gonna need to go through the ordinance and look at the fines to actually put that on people now, persuade them. We're already starting to see like dirt bikes coming in from different areas, coming on down there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rough deal until people get to here.
That's exactly it. When we did the first 3.1 miles of the trail, there were benches that went out, set in concrete. Some of those got torn up, like within the first couple of weeks, the first month, it was kind of like fresh paint, don't touch, and people hadn't seen it before and they were just exploring. You see it in the restrooms in the park and things like that. You do something nice and people don't value it, like the people who put the project together. So I think you're right. I think until they get the hint, that's going to be part of it. But a lot of communities have officers on, like the electric bikes or regular bicycles that patrol it, as opposed, because a lot of towns and municipalities don't have the $20,000.
You don't need
for
a
gator.
ranger, you just need an electric bike.
I can't haul a prisoner on.
You're riding on your handlebars?
I mean,
Get a cart.
Just hook 'em up.
Before we had the asphalt down there, we had issues with vehicles mudding, calls constant, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Now, I've given an invitation the way that trail goes through there. Now we're just giving an invitation to come through there. So I do believe that we need to block that somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just afraid it's gonna get tore up before it gets started.
Yeah, there used to be some fencing down there, and the fencing's not there anymore.
I mean, you used to have like a road across the river, like just kept hanging went through there with their vehicles, but.
Yeah.
I know that asphalt's not that wide, so I think you would have a hard time getting a vehicle across those,
So you
drainage pipes areas and stuff now, but,
yeah, you need
definitely-
6 inches.
yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean,
And we know it's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
That's why we'll count on you guys to kind of help us, keep us posted, so that we know how we can address, the issues.
Right.
And
And the
this,
sooner the better, because we have to do something in the DNR area. It's like an act of Congress, kind of get something done in
Well, I
there.
can tell you
so-
how the first people to get called is us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the fight comes into, because it goes from city to county to DNR.
In
So
25 years, I've seen them put stone down there, I think once.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is a mess down there right now.
I've called them multiple times, but one time, I think. Maybe twice.
what I think as a city, we can also promote, common courtesy and pride in our city and help us take care of our assets to our community. And I think that's something that we can promote and an advertise campaign or something like that to where, build pride in our community and hold one another accountable. Positive peer pressure.
And I'm actually a common river rat. I love it down there. And I'm actually seeing an increase of people since you put that trail in. So how many people are using it? And it's
But I hear you. I don't want you to leave thinking I didn't hear you. We've talked about all those kinds of things. We know it's,
Safety programs that everybody will go off, because one of the horrible problems we're dealing with right now are kids on scooters and electric bikes and stuff like that, who are elementary and middle school age, and they don't know rules of the road. They don't pay any attention we thought about putting together educational programs for those kinds of things to do maybe in the schools or?
It's a good idea. I haven't thought about doing that, but yeah, that can be done.
Shannon, we used to run, Scott knows, I mean, the bike safety stuff, you know,
Nobody did it
yeah,
very well.
maybe we need to,
Yeah, we've already talked about it.
e-bike safety.
Yes. This traffic law in general would be great for these youngsters.
They did invite me to the park program this year at Covington, and I had a chance to speak with them about that, but of course, you're only hitting the kids that are there. You know?
And you're talking the responsible ones.
Yeah.
You
And,
know.
and there was a lot of younger kids too, not the ones that are actually
Yeah.
out here on the stuff.
I already mentioned it to our superintendent, but many of us are gonna be at school in the morning, so, it'd be good to talk about those kind of things. if we can.
Yeah, it's gonna take all of us to make it work.
But I hear and see complaints everywhere, so we're not the only community dealing with it. You know, it might be something that, maybe it was for the county, that it would be great for you guys if you could put a program together.
All right.
Thank you, Dale,
Thank you.
appreciate it. Garth and Bart. We got the fire training pad ready. As soon as I can locate a concrete guy that
Okay,
can
that's
come,
fine.
we're ready.
Yeah, that's good. The question I had is where we was with that on the concrete pad.
Yeah, just, you know,
Get somebody to do it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna find somebody this week, but
Okay.
it's been tough. 'Cause everybody's busy.
All right. Yeah,
Oh.
can you get that in? I'm not got an exact date. You just said sometime in September.
Yeah, I would like to know if we can do it as a rectangle, or if it needs the cutouts.
Needs the cutouts.
It does need those.
Exactly what's exactly there is what
It
I'm
can't be all, I mean, can't be set there with extra concrete for,
Square would take up the whole.
So the cutouts, you just make that all solid? Yes. I would say you could then, as long as
that's,
that fits within that
yeah,
rectangle part of it, I would
Yeah.
say yes, that would be okay. So the cutouts, if you're gonna fill that in to make it all one piece.
yeah,
I don't see why you couldn't.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think you could, because then that would be able to, those boxes could sit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
why you couldn't.
Okay, just give a little more room when you come out of the,
Yeah.
you know, out of the container.
Yeah,
Everything back up.
I don't know, that may, now,
You have John's number,
I do,
send it to me.
okay.
Yeah, and I'll call him to make sure that's okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I don't think it matters as long as the minimum is what's on that drawing or what I gave you.
Yeah.
You know, the schematic. As
Sure.
long as it's the minimum, if you add more to it, I'm pretty sure John's gonna tell you, but I'll send it to you.
Okay. That'd be great.
We're getting ready to gear up for classes. We've got a class getting ready to start in August as part of this program. And then we have 2 falling in behind that. We're not getting the numbers for it, but we're working on getting the numbers. Unfortunately, the state wrote a rule many years ago that they have to require a minimum of 15 in the class in order for them to sponsor the class. They backed off that a little bit, but now they're back to that number. It's kind of, I had an ongoing argument with one of the people at the state many years ago about it, and I really didn't get nowhere with it. We're right back to that. But anyway, we've got classes coming up, so we're gonna be pretty busy with that.
Okay.
We did find a truck. We've been looking. I told you a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, we were looking for a tanker. You know, obviously we got the new engine, we've been looking at the tankers.
Mm-hmm.
We did find one, a guy out of Lebanon builds them.
Mm-hmm.
It's on a 2016 Navistar, but the tank and the box he built himself as a 2025. What was it, 229?
229, 3,000 gallon.
And it will fit in the station.
What do we have now?
So I have a 96, and that's what I would want to replace it with.
Uh,
And then I have that 2007 or 2006 that we bought off that program, that, remember we did, somehow there was the city got some type of reimbursement back. We bought it through that bid system. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember, that was
Yeah.
quite a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
So, like I said, I got a 96.
How much was it? You remember?
157.
So what'd you say it, 2016?
2016
Yeah.
Chassis is.
Chassis is about 16.
2016 chassis with a complete new tank and pump on it.
Okay,
And I really think that's where I would highly recommend that's the way we need to go, because all the things we've been looking at, you know,
A new 3,000 gallon tanker, just about like that, is about 500,000.
And this
You're
one
looking
is
at
how much?
500.
half a
No.
million.
The one you're looking at now?
that's about as much as our pumper.
Yeah, so that's,
And you're looking
it's just
3
gonna
years
keep going
out.
up.
Yeah, you're looking 2-3 years
How
out.
many miles does the 2007 have?
83,000.
Our truck, current truck, I can't tell you without looking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
The-
the one we're talking about.
This truck, this 2016's got 83.
So it wasn't used for this before.
Yeah.
No, it was other chassis.
How much is see what our 2007 has?
7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can look and see.
I don't know without, I
I
can't
get
tell you
that
without.
out of my head.
I'd say probably around 10 or 12 probably. But I don't know, that's just,
But I mean, typically what I'm understanding, he buys the chassis that are used.
Yeah.
What he does is he goes through them, makes sure they're in good shape, and then he will build the tanker and the box and all that on top, the pump and the tank and all that, all around on it. And that's where that part of it's.
That's brand new.
2007 we bought new, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
But we need to replace the 96.
right.
And that's one that we really like to go to a 3,000 gallon, just because of,
How much does it hold?
Both our current tankers are 2,000 gallon.
Oh, okay.
but like I said, we need to seriously look at replacing. I mean, everything that we have been finding, this is probably one of the better deals. One, you run into height, we can only 10 foot.
Right.
Most everything we have looked at is 10.6, 10.8, 10.10. So it ain't gonna fit in the station, present station. This one's what, 9, 10?
9 feet, 2 inches.
Where's the ad on it? Is he building it now?
No, it's done.
It's done.
Oh, can we go look at it?
We can go look
Yeah.
at
Oh,
trying to, yes, that's one thing.
you don't have any pictures or anything?
Yeah,
He's got pictures,
I can send them to you. You probably got everybody's number. So I don't know.
Okay,
but we need to, I mean, if we don't go with that one, we really do need to be seriously looked
Okay.
at. Get a tanker. As we
Okay.
talked, a couple, 3 years ago, we need to start looking at replacing some of the equipment we have.
we did.
Got the first one. We're working on the second engine.
Yeah.
We're hopefully we're trying to look at, finding a company to look at going through and seeing it. Look at the seals and the pump on it itself, if there's any work that needs to be done. If that's on that 2000 Pierce. So we've not found a company yet. We're working on that.
Okay,
So, other than that, anything else to you? Big thing was the tanker.
okay,
I mean, also with the personnel, staffing through the day and stuff, too. I mean, an extra 1,000 gallon of water will make a difference too, so.
Oh, yes. Cut your trips in half.
At least a third.
okay, I'll send it to everybody.
Even if we don't even on that one. I mean, I think we can work with him, or we just need to be cognizant and we need to be looking at replacing sooner than later. And I think our next project is gonna be the squad. But the tanker's a little more high priority, I feel, right now. The squad's doing okay, but it does need to be replaced.
Okay,
Like I said, the other question I had was on the concrete.
Yep.
Which you just answered, so
Yep.
I'll send you John's number.
Okay.
Confirm that with me.
that'd be great, Gar.
I think, Gordon and I's talked quite a while about it, I think used is kind of, I think, the way to go right now on a tanker, because I said a new one, yeah, it'd be nice to have a new one, but for what we're wanting, it's gonna be close to 500,000 or more. Look, our truck now, when we got it, went from 500 to 800,000, so.
Okay,
And the timeline it takes to build them.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking 2 to 3 years out on a build, brand new build right now.
okay,
And I don't know if we, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that truck will make it that long, but I'm not sure it will. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to you.
okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Casey?
I don't have anything new or pressing.
Okay. Greg?
Yeah, I actually do for him. The pool closed officially to the public Sunday, so they were down there today, got it all cleaned up, and picked up. The school will start using it a week from today, and they will be using it through the 22nd, so they're just gonna go 2 weeks this year. So we're not going all the way to the end of the month.
Okay,
So I talked to them today about nailing down the information on that. Okay, so in the last 2 weeks, I've had IDEM here twice, weekly time. They did the water inspection over our whole water system as far as the pumps and the wells. And that's a 3 year, every 3 year, they were here. And then last Tuesday, I had the wastewater people here doing our yearly inspection. So to cover, a few things were brought up on the water inspection we need to address. And I have to respond by August 21st on what we're going to do about these. And I've already talked to Brad about some of it. We need to do, first thing is the backflow prevention program, which has been on the books forever, and we haven't really done a whole lot about it. I talked to Casey today, and we need to put one of the backflow preventer in at the wastewater plant, because we need to take care of our own facility before we start asking people out in the public to have to do theirs. And we've got a quote already, and we can get the device here, and he can put it in whenever we can get that done. So that's taken care of. As far as the other places in town, I've got about 9 or 10 properties that need to put in backflow prevention. If it's not already there, we gotta go look. Some of it may already be there. But these places have to have a backflow preventer installed, and it has to be tested once a year, and we have to get the test report. It has to be on file with us every year. So we need to get that going and go look at those places, because I think several places have probably already got them installed, and they just have never had them tested or whatever.
Are these businesses for the properties?
Yeah.
yes.
It's,
Yeah.
and my first list was well over 30 places, because it was gonna include all the fountain, any place that has a fountain pop machine. But in talking with IDEM back and forth several times, we've got most of this stuff taken off the list. So they're good with just the 9 or 10 that I've got, so that helped a lot, because that was gonna be, because none of this is on us as far as cost goes, it's all on the owner. They have to buy it, install it, and have it tested every year, so. There's that, so we need to get on that. Water tower, they want the water tower inspected, which we haven't done for 5 years. I've got Pittsburgh Tower and Tank already lined up.
Within 8 weeks, they should have an inspector here to do that. And then we will see what they suggest, either as far as getting it painted or just the whole tower painted or the whole, or just spot painted where the rust is. This is just the exterior, interior's done.
Yeah.
We did that a
Yeah.
couple years ago. Let's see, the other things need done. Number 3, well, the pedestal and the casing and everything needs painted for sure. Some of the fittings that are on there. And Brad said we can get Doolin to do that probably. We need,
Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting a price on it, so,
have you talked to him?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This is stuff I need to answer to like the next couple of weeks, so that's good.
Yep.
And then there was a couple other little things which I've already actually taken care of. Wastewater inspection went really well because we're dealing with a lot of new, everything's kind of new down there, but there's a couple, we didn't get really written up on it, but we have to send a letter of completion to the state because they haven't got that yet.
I sent them one. I sent them one.
I know, but she
You
said
know.
it's not on file. but-
Well, that's not,
so,
I sent it to the
well, we're gonna do it again.
Tessa Scalzo.
And, let's see, we need to redo our NPDES permit for wastewater because the bypass that is on there, it's listed on the NPDES permit, is no longer there. That came out during construction. But a new one went in, which is not on our NPDES permit.
Did they-
It has to be.
Did they give you an application?
Yes.
Okay.
I've already got it mostly filled out.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I'll get that to you to sign when I get it done.
okay.
And that way, we got a new bypass right before the new UV system, and if we don't have that bypass listed, we can't bypass the UV system in the winter when we're not using it. It'll
Yeah.
cause some freezing issues, so I wanna really get that done. They say we didn't really need to do it until our next permit comes due in 3 or 4 years, but that's not cause the issue, so I wanna get that done. I think that's about it.
Okay. Thanks, Greg. Shannon Scott.
I gave you guys all a copy of the big form.
Yep.
6, or quote, along with the JTN who would outfit it
Mm-hmm.
for 69.80. Along with that quote, that is without a trade-in value. They can't give me a trade-in value because they don't know when it's going to come in. We would definitely have a trade-in. We just don't know how much yet. I mean, this car could come in this year, it might not come in until months next year. They don't know. So, I mean, definitely needs to be replaced, or the 18 definitely needs to be replaced. It's already 7 years old. I'm having a lot of issues with it.
Now,
And I feel that we need to get it.
does this include a cage?
Yes, that is included, that quote for the JTN, that is included.
Is there a cage in the 18?
The 18, but it will not fit. I've already checked on that.
Of course not.
We were a year and a half out on that one, on the specs on it to fit. So,
And how much is the cage? Is that for?
$591
Okay,
with the cost of $499 with the discount.
okay.
Yep.
I see it.
Yep.
Okay,
So the biggest cost on the system is the center console, is what you're seeing for the $16.99 on that. That's the center console that's going with all the equipment. That's changes with every new car that we get. Their own specs are always different on those. So, and actually this quote with the lighting, that is using all of our lighting from the 18. This ain't all brand new lighting going in. This is the cage, the bumper that does come with 4 new lights and center console.
That is transferring the lighting we have
We're gonna
installed.
transfer, yes, I do have another quote for that, but that's over $10,000
For the installation.
to, if we did all new lighting on.
Oh, if we did.
Yes, but to use the lights that we already currently have.
But this
with the-
includes the transfer and the installation.
Yes.
what's the single cell light package?
The single cell is for the cage. It has a lighting package in it.
So it's 1697
Oh,
plus 591.
Wait a minute, single cell light package for the Ford. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I'm assuming it's for the whole lighting box controller for the box for the lighting.
Okay.
Yeah, these ain't the great breakdowns of the equipment. No, it's, well, yeah, we're part of it.
So
But also the vehicle.
You have to have a new bumper.
That 18 don't have one. Gotta confirm it holds the lights better. We don't seem to have any issue with the lights in the front of those. So push bumpers with the full lights on now. It's only 600. Not those old, but it's 603, which is the thing installed. Just the lighting, the lights in it is pretty much close to the same price. This is just all in one system.
And this be Haley's.
Yes.
Have the money in the budget for it also.
You said we have the money in the budget for
Yes.
it already.
Yeah.
And this is one of the ones we talked about replacing the older cars and then having a plan moving forward to replace them every so often so
Yeah.
that we stay on top of it. Okay, so do
I
you,
mean, this is an 18 that we're replacing, and this is 25, and we have 6 cars. So we've pretty much been on top of
Yeah,
the
good.
plan. Yeah.
And this is all, like I said, this car is just starting to nitpick us a lot. And like I said, I'm into it all the time, fixing the wiring and everything.
and it's not gonna get any cheaper.
It's not, definitely not getting cheaper.
I make a motion to go ahead and proceed if we have the funds to do it.
I'll second.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. Randy?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Paula?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
You're welcome.
As long as we get a car for a fire truck, we're gonna have to kill our cables.
I'm gonna tell you like it's everyone else, you have to take care of my wife.
What you call it?
Hey, now, this is a public meeting.
I said it out in public.
Randy,
I'm up.
you're up.
Okay. I have been asked by several people to do a punch list on projects, open projects for the city, open projects for the park. I was gonna go through each one of these. I made some copies. If anyone's interested in looking at this, I hope you are. It's things that we've already talked about. It's things that have already been brought up. They're not anything new. I'm not trying to blindside anyone. So if you're interested in that, I have copies. If not,
Okay.
you're not
Yeah.
gonna, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. That's all I have.
Okay. I've had multiple complaints from the pool, people at the pool talking about the weeds,
We've sprayed.
you know.
We've had them sprayed, and I've been over to mow and
Yeah.
and weed. I don't know what you call it, weed whack, weed eat,
Yeah.
whatever they.
What do you think? I mean, they say, well, they can't see the kids because they're.
Oh, you're talking about the playground.
I'm
You said
sorry.
pool.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, it's-
oh no! People at the pool
The people that have kids at the pool going up and
have
down
the
the
kids at
playground.
the pool
Can't
go
see
to
the
the
kids in
playground, and because of the
Well,
flap,
she's-
you know, the
Need to play it.
Hannah's been down there every Tuesday for the whole summer, and sometimes more than that. And we've got bags and bags of
Mhm.
weeds that she's pulled. And I've had Casey and the guys come down and collect bags and
yeah,
that she's had. It's one of those things that they're You'd have to just take something and just cut them off.
There you go.
I'm not for that, because I know how people get in trouble for stuff like that. But at your discretion, you tell me
Well,
what we need.
I think,
I say we, so I expect you to come down there too.
yeah, it's, I mean, I went down and walked around it, and I can see where you can't see small children if they're, you know, if they're less than 4 foot tall.
And that's me.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I get lost down there.
yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know what the answer is to that.
What do you think, Kathy?
I'd have to look at it, but I don't know why you couldn't cut them down.
Cut them back anyway. They're gonna come
Cut
back.
them off. They always go back.
Yeah. It's,
You tell me.
I mean,
Why are they in there?
huh?
Why are they in there?
They're native
Native.
Indiana, but that was in our grant 7 years ago, so that ship sailed.
So how long do we have to keep them for?
We don't have to. We don't have to.
Okay.
And it's, you know, I
If
mean,
it's
they
a safety
complain about
issue,
getting
it's a
stung by
safety
bees
concern.
and, you know, the kids, and you've heard it all, I know. So,
Yep.
yeah.
That's a different-
Is that, is
Yeah, I
that in the 5-year
I think
window?
it's the timeline.
What?
The grant was
No,
up?
no. It was, you know,
That
yeah,
was during
it was,
COVID,
I was
so
gonna
it's
say,
really
doesn't
three.
it was 7 years. It was in 2018. So it was
Yeah.
before
It
COVID.
doesn't
So,
really go into this fall.
yeah. So really, you know, we can do what we want with them. Nobody's getting in trouble.
What somebody else thinks is horrible, or somebody else thinks is beautiful.
I know,
So you're gonna get this half pissed off, or you're gonna get this half pissed
Yeah,
off. And
yeah.
you put that in the minutes too.
How do you
so.
spell that?
PRST.
It's not a bad word in the South.
I'm sorry, if you're trying to monitor your
You guys
kids
know
in the pool across the parking lot.
That was it.
and
Well,
it's-
even the ones on the splash pad say where their kids go over and play on the little toys, and they might have another kid in the splash pad. They said you should be able to visually see across that
Oh,
area instead of
there,
having,
in that
yes,
area.
that
We
area.
could-
They're not at the pool
We
looking
could
at
put
it.
turf on everything, and they'd be able to see for miles.
That'd be good. Wouldn't have to mow, wouldn't have to weed eat.
There's my
Oh.
take on that.
Solutions.
Is that all you had, Randy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So nothing about the plants, just a
Oh, we
long
need to-
discussion was held
We
on
need
this.
we need to check it.
Mhm.
You're master gardener, right?
Intern.
Go- Okay.
Intern.
okay. We need to go down and check it and see.
I mean, all this like weeds to me.
I know,
just-
I know.
Sorry.
I agree, but, I don't know.
It's your call.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
we'll think about that. We may hit them next month.
Still survive the winter and wait this next
Yeah,
Until it's
They didn't come up next spring.
yeah. Brad?
I'm gonna ask, because I've had lots of people hit me up with it. And it seems to be more from a geographical area in Kathy's area and mine, is our water issues with dirt, whatever it is that's ending up in people's waters.
It's,
And to me, I can see it's very easily, it's heading this direction, because this is the low point in the city, where sediment, whatever.
the last one this year was on this week, a couple days ago, was on Fifth Street. Casey, you were gone last week.
Well, I know, but we just did one on Fifth Street and we put them a brand new line in. We knocked everything loose in their, of their house.
Where were you at?
It's right across the street.
Right,
Post
two,
office.
like right by 225th Street.
So when we
Okay,
ran them a brand new line from the main to the proper meter outside, we
yeah,
knocked everything loose in their house. I'm not saying we're not bringing them anything, but a lot of that could be stuff from people's own plumbing.
yeah. This,
Corrosion of old pipes or anything.
Yeah, this was up on a block from the park,
Right.
so,
I mean, he complained, I had to go there and clean everything.
Yeah.
Window valves, aerators, washing machine.
yeah.
When's the
But-
last time we
We probably do need to flush.
flushed
I
hydrants? Just say
it was, whatever, I don't remember what spring, yeah.
My water
Did it
was
twice
dirty
last
this week
year.
too.
Yeah,
We did it once this year.
what's that?
I
Paul?
said my water was dirty this week too. Yeah, I'm just saying.
It-
think it
Tap
just-
water, that's all I can do.
Yeah,
I think it's,
I'm not trying to be smart, I don't know.
I think it stirs it up when they get, we've had a lot of tankers
Oh, but
getting
Has to
water on
stop.
the hill, for the solar project.
there's
And
a
that
full truck
that
there
stirs
today.
it up too when they're, when they're getting 1,000, 2,000 gallons.
Yeah.
And,
well,
stirs the whole thing up. And it's especially bad on Second Street, so, And-
It just
you know.
tends to flush this direction, I noticed.
Did we flush in May? Seems like we always
I
put
think
like
we flushed
October
in
and
May.
then like,
I just went over that.
That'd be
Yeah.
7.
We did it twice last year.
Let's do it next week. Or,
well, if we just did it in
Well-
May, though, we won't need to do it till October
well,
or September.
let's do it in September.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Put it on
sooner
the
than later.
bills and,
I mean, last, when we did it, we were April, May, Second Street never cleaned up.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't sit there for an hour.
so
Got
Casey,
all done today.
Casey and I have talked about starting to replace the main water lines. And starting, bringing the line under the river like we've talked about. So we're bypassing the bridge. So whenever it's, changed, we're ahead of the game. And then start on Second Street and we do Second Street. And then we go up to Third Street. It's gonna tear up the streets, but, it's,
Well, the bottom line is our water, I mean, it's got manganese in it, that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
is Manganese. And
Yeah.
short of putting in a multi-million-dollar filtered system, it's gonna keep coming in.
it's a natural occurring bacteria.
Yeah.
You're never going to get rid of it.
And it
Yep.
does it, I mean, we add a little bit of phosphate to keep it, try to keep it from sticking to the pipes.
Mhm.
But we're talking old pipes that've been there forever, that way before we were doing that. So
Right.
when every once in a while that would flake off, right place, right time, there you go.
I would say that you'll be putting hydrants along with that too. When you start that, you're gonna put in hydrants too.
if they're not working,
Because probably you'd be looking at,
Yeah.
some of these are probably 30, 40, 50 years old.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, if we've got old ones like that,
Yeah.
we would.
Because we don't, right
Yeah.
now, Casey, correct me if I'm wrong, please, but we don't really have any idea how old some of these pipes are in town.
We don't have, we know,
Where's Bob Tanner when you need him?
yeah, Bob, the ones out on Delwood and Heather out in that end of town, they were put in the, late 60s, early 70s. So we know they're about 50, 55 years old.
Right.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Down south of town, we know, the one going down Third Street and up Liberty is new. It was new, it was new,
2010.
yeah, 15 years ago.
I remember when maintenance on the tower was being done, there was at least 3 or 4 breaks up Washington Street.
There
That
was,
took place, so
there's
that
a
has
lot
been
of breaks.
replaced.
the line was put in 98 that goes up Harrison Street to feed the tower.
Okay.
It goes on, what was it? Second Street, goes Second Street over to Harrison and then east to feed the tower. So, and a lot of that line out there, out east is plastic. So it's not gonna, you're not gonna have as much manganese in
Oh,
the
gosh, no.
building up on the inside
It
of the
doesn't have
pipe.
anything to grab to. It doesn't have anything to grab to like that.
Right.
It's
It'll
just
grab-
grab it and then grab
ductile and stick to the sides. So my filter every time I change it, it's as black as that.
Oh, yeah.
But
Do we have, do we have any kind of map?
Yeah. water lines, yeah,
We have GSI map.
we have them on GIS.
That's what I used to give Brad to give me over all the hydrants, look here, number of whatever they had
So anyway, Brad, you got,
No, that was all.
okay, Kathy,
No, I have nothing.
Justin,
The intersection of Fifth Street and Liberty. If you're going south on Fifth Street and you try to turn onto Liberty, the other day when I went through there, there were cars on the north side of Liberty, all the way to the intersection. You cannot see cars coming from the intersection.
we probably ought to
Make that-
eliminate those two spots there,
Yeah.
two or three in front of Maryland's Village.
Plus, there's a Men at Work sign right there.
Well, they need to move
That you
that.
can't
I
see.
You
called
can't
them,
see around it at
I
all.
called them a week ago and they said, we'll take care of it. So the state,
But the other day when I went through there, there were cars parked all the way to the intersection and I could not see if there were cars coming through that intersection. Yeah.
No.
So I think we need to, eliminate some parking or make that all non-parking or whatever, but that somebody's gonna have a wreck there one of these days.
Time of day was it?
It was during the day.
Because Maryland's had it, just some of it is, a lot of it is capped too.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
no,
Oh,
not in front of, not in Liberty.
In front of Maryland's Village.
they get to go in all, in there.
Oh, well,
This direction too.
we need to eliminate that. I'll talk to the state. Also, the state called me this week. They're thinking of making Third and Liberty a four-way stop. So,
The state is.
yeah,
Not gonna be those lights.
no, no.
Solar lights.
Nobody's gonna see the stop sign.
Put a
Yeah, you
flashing
can't.
light like we do.
Yeah, you can't see the parking because
They would probably put like a four-way flasher,
So that's what I'm saying.
yeah, like here. So that's what they're talking about, so we'll have to check that out and see.
That's all I have.
Okay, Paula?
I do. Sorry to keep you guys. Grants and projects. I've been talking to a friend of mine who has become a grant writer, and I know that we are needing grants for all these projects that we've been talking about tonight. And so, department heads, if you have projects that we want done and just like drilling underneath of the river, I know there are certain ways you need to start a project in order to even obtain a grant. And so if you can get me your projects that we need funding for, I would love to gather that information and get with this grant writer and see if we can't do something with it. And if we need her to come to a meeting, she'd be more than happy to come to a meeting. And also, she just told me today that one of the individuals that she is working with would like to meet with me or whoever on August 27th, if anybody is available, which I believe is a Wednesday. Anybody have any questions?
Christie?
No.
Anita?
Nope.
I don't think she's gonna tell you.
Didn't say we
I'm working with a lady that lives here in town on possibly getting grants for us for the water project.
Okay.
So, but we'll compare notes on that.
I mean, as many grants as we've missed opportunity on, and I've been asking everybody when I come in contact with, hey, you need good grant writers or, whatever. And If you don't ask, you don't get it.
The biggest thing, and we've got a lot of grants
Mhm.
of probably 12, 14 million in the last 25 years. But a lot of them we don't qualify for because we're not low income. We're not low enough. You have to be low to mod to qualify. We're above moderate income. So makes a difference.
Yeah.
But
There's a lot I don't know.
there's nothing.
So I'm educating myself and hopefully, and if we qualify, great. And if we don't,
Yeah.
that's okay
Yeah.
too. We can keep moving forward.
Hey, it's
But
good to try.
if you don't ask, you don't get it.
That's right.
So, and if you jump the gun and you don't qualify, then you don't get it.
That's
and
right.
so I'm going to be educated enough and give me your projects. Let me know what our needs are and wants, if we have wants, if there's grants out there, and then let's see what is available to us and let's go for it.
Yep, I agree.
That's all I have.
Thank you. What I have is the house over here at 514 Jefferson Street, the gray house, and we need to condemn it. The girl was in this morning, Linda, today. She's moving out. She said that leaves one tenant there. So we wouldn't be displacing too many. She told Linda, she said there's mold all over the ceiling. It needs to be torn down. So
What was it?
Eric Barfell in Danville,
It's 514 Jefferson.
514 Jefferson Street. It's awful.
Yeah.
We were on the,
Side is like-
we were ready to condemn it, and then, you know, Taylor was gonna file on it, so we need to go forward with it now.
Didn't get hit by a tree a year or so ago.
A tree fell on it probably 5-6 years ago. He never did repair the place where it went through the fascia on the side. Never done anything to it. So we need to do that. And there's land north of Dan Noble Seniors off Washington Street, down where Dale was talking about. Land north of it is behind our electric department. They don't mow. It's got weeds growing up all around it. You can't hardly see the house there. So we need to find out whose it is. I think her name's Cooper, is it?
Crystal Cooper.
Crystal Cooper. And we need to condemn it.
Is that the one,
Pardon?
is that the one with the trailer?
It's right south of the trailer. You probably can't see the house because the weeds are growing up all around it.
Does somebody live there? It's just
No.
abandoned.
It's abandoned.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it indeed condemnable? I mean, is it
Oh,
structurally?
it's gotta be horrible. It's had the river in it
Oh.
so many times.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
bad.
Nobody can live.
No one's lived in it for
And
years.
nobody lives in the one north of it and we need to turn the water off to the trailer. We need to turn the electric off. Correct, Linda?
Well, I mean, you just gotta tell me that you've made the decision to do it. I mean, she's gonna come in and ask, why did you
Yeah.
cut me off my bills paid?
Yeah.
So I have to have a recourse to go in.
Make sure before we go, but yeah.
You-
The trailer is the only
That's
thing
the
that has
tra-
utilities.
that's the-
Those other places do not have,
Oh,
it.
okay.
They don't have anything
That's
connected.
the trailer.
But if we drop them, we'll have to pull the meters, because there are
It
meters
should
on
have
them.
been, yeah.
Can we do something with Nobles at the end of going down to the old landing? Can't even see their house.
I drive by that every day to get my water sample. You know, the old 136 over there.
Mhm.
Dina.
Look at that.
Dina.
Oh, yeah.
We had to do their water. Tyler had to take mower and mow to get the.
Well, you're gonna be doing that tomorrow because she didn't pay her bill again, so she didn't have any electricity, now I've got the water hanging, so.
I drive by that every day to get
It's
water
just
sample.
forever
It's,
by the meter.
that's worse.
That's
Yeah.
at like 200
Yeah.
pearl.
Granted, it's not kind of outside even, but it is on our entry to town.
Yeah. Yeah.
You haven't looked at that, like, take a look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad.
We do have a lot
People
of
need to do that.
weeds and unkept properties around town. What's the process?
What, condemning?
For No, for us to
Oh,
do something with these
we
properties,
send a letter to them
just get you
or
addresses.
have
I just gotta have
Shannon
addresses,
deliver a
and then I usually
letter.
have the police
Yeah.
department go by, take a picture. We had a couple complaints today on vehicles, but they're on their own property and they're licensed, so there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get on those three and get that going, or four. Okay? Meeting's adjourned.
Okay, I'm sitting.